flashlight. Shadows fall, dimming the light. Whispers grow, a rising tide. Vindicator, where do you hide? Steel is over, heart ablaze. Through smoky haze, he sets his gaze. Justice calls a burning need. A city's wounds he vows to heed. From cobbled streets to tower high, Vindicator takes to the sky. Strikes back with iron hands, defender of this promised land. Breaks the chains, sets spirits free. Vindicator for all to see. Seek high! Seek high! Seek high! Whispers turn to thunderous roar.
Right, time to launch you into orbit. Wait!
Slams the door.
There he goes.
Grasping hand, he fights for freedom, takes a stand with courage born of darkest night. He ignites hope, a guiding light. Strikes back with iron hands, defender of this promised land. Breaks the chains, sets spirits free. Vindicator for all to see. Though battles rage and darkness reigns, hope's ember burns within his veins. He'll never yield, he'll never fall. He answers freedom's clarion call. Strikes back with iron hands, defender of this promised land. Breaks the chains, sets spirits free. Vindicator for all to see. A symbol etched against the moon. Vindicator rising soon.
Hello, everybody. How you all doing? Hey, Steve. Plumbing today, eh, mate? Hey, Craig. How you doing? Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. Sun is out and Rupert has a party. Yeah, we're going to cover that in a minute. Some interesting developments, because I didn't even notice this. I went on and checked Twitter, and I was talking about this in my morning walk video this morning about Rupert and Ben's party merging, and that seems like that's what's going to happen now, apparently. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play this video. This is Ben Habib talking about what's going to happen. I still have no horse in this race politically when it comes to political parties. I'm just purely doing this because, right, I'm going to have to sort this out. What? Why is that doing that? That's a bit weird. Okay, we won't share that. Why is that gone? This was completely unplanned. I had no intentions of going live today. So you'll have to bear with me. Usually I have everything set up, ready to go. But there's a few things we have to talk about as well, so. Right, I think we're set up. So, share that. Right. Are we sharing? Yeah, we're sharing. I want you to listen to what Ben Habib is actually saying. So I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to play the whole thing.
Well, good morning, folks. What a night it's been. I'm utterly delighted that Rupert Lowe has decided to convert Restore Britain to a political party. It is a new political force that can deliver change at the ballot box that this country so desperately needs. And that is why I set up Advance UK last year. Indeed, when I set it up with Rupert Lowe contemplated as leader. So I am over the moon that he has come round to sharing my view that a new political force, one that can deliver change at the ballot box, is what is required. And for those of you who've seen Rupert's piece to camera that he did announcing his intention to convert Restore Britain to a political party, and have also seen my speech last week in the Emmanuel Centre, you'll know there's very little, if any, difference between the ideology that Rupert carries and the ideology of Advance UK and myself. You would probably also have heard me say a number of times that the time between now and 2028, 2029, when that general election is called, needs to be used for the so-called right-hand side of British politics to come together to make the arguments that are required to be made to save our wonderful country and to win that debate with the British people. Rupert's decision to convert Restore Britain to a political party is part of the coming together, part of that necessary evolution on the so-called right-hand side of politics, bringing the United Kingdom back onto its feet. And with that in mind, I'm going to be calling a meeting of the College of Advance UK, the body of people who are charged with the guidance of our party, the heart, soul, conscious, intellectual ballast, if you like, of Advance UK. I'm going to be calling a meeting of that body of people in the next few weeks to determine the terms on which Advance will merge with Restore Britain. And when it comes to the terms of the merger between Advance UK and Restore Britain, I want to make one thing clear. It matters not what my position is post any such merger. I didn't get into politics in order to politically advance myself. I got into politics to save this country, to do it in a serious, principled way, a way that will sustain this country into the years, centuries ahead as a secure country, never again being threatened by the forces with which it's currently being threatened. So it's not about me. Frankly, it's not even about Rupert Lowe. It's about getting the right force in politics together, and that's what we will do. I am 100% certain we will achieve that. Advance UK already has very nearly 40,000 members, dozens of councillors across the country, a national network of regional directors and branches springing up. We have the ability to campaign nationally, and of course, we are already registered with the Electoral Commission. So we can accelerate the development of this new force that is now emerged on the right-hand side of British politics. We can put it on the map in double quick time, absolutely ready to fight the general election, even if it comes early in 2028, but certainly by 2029. Now, as many of you will know, we are already in the midst of a by-election in Gorton and Denton, where our excellent candidate Nick Buckley is standing. And what I would urge is, whether you're a member of Restore Britain or Advance UK, frankly, it doesn't matter which party you're a member of, because inevitably this party is going to come together as one unified force. Whichever party you're a member of, get behind Nick Buckley now. Let's deliver for Restore Britain, for Advance UK, its first MP into Parliament. Let's send a seismic shock through the political system by doing something that's never been done before, a new political force returning an MP within 6 months of having announced itself into Parliament. We will have not just Rupert Lowe then as a parliamentarian, we'll no doubt get others joining Rupert in Parliament, but we will have our first elected MP on this ticket. It will be phenomenal. So as I say, whether you're Restore Britain, Advance UK or both, let's now get behind Nick Buckley. Let's win that by-election in Gorton and Denton. And having won that by-election, let's now stand together for the United Kingdom, for a proud, sovereign, prosperous United Kingdom, giving no quarter to the forces of that liberal global elite that would seek to set aside our country, that would seek to set aside our heritage, our culture, denounce us as a people. The same people who have taken down our borders, committed this country to absolutely absurd economic policies, emasculating its economy on the altar of ideologies which are so desperately damaging to our people. Let's now all come together, stand together, make sure we win this fight for king, for country.
I have to disagree with him there. I don't give a shit about the king. Not for the king. Fuck the king. He's an arsehole. But the rest of it, I totally agree with.
For the people of the United Kingdom in all its parts and all its people. I will do my bit. We now need you to do your bit. All of us must come together. Thank you very much, folks.
Right, so that was that. So I have to give credit where credit is due, because this is exactly what I was talking about in my morning walk video this morning. This is what we need. This is it, but don't get me wrong. I've still got no horse in this race, because I'm still highly skeptical of everything, and that's just my nature. But this is a good first sign of actually unity on the right wing. And now the gauntlet has been thrown down to the rest of the parties on the right to do the right thing themselves. Yeah, he might enjoy that, eh, Steve? So no, screw, no, it's not. It's even worse, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. I get what you mean, but yeah, as I was saying, this is a good first sign. This is only a good first sign, though, and the gauntlet has now been thrown down to all the other right-wing leaders to do the same, to unite together to fight the common enemy. Now, I'm still skeptical. I'm still going to be an observer. I'm not going to throw my lot in with any one particular party. That's just me. I'm not going to do that. But I've got to give credit where credit is due. This is everything that I was asking for in my morning walk video. Unity, a united front, not to fight a war on multiple fronts because you're going to be defeated. And like I said this morning, every general knows you don't fight a war on multiple fronts because you will lose. How are you doing? So just to recap, Ben Habib has just announced that Advanced UK is going to merge with Restore Britain. It's a good first sign. Still skeptical. They've still got a lot to do to convince me that they mean what they say, but this is a good first step. However, this has me worried. Not the Advanced UK Restore merger, but this. Because this is alarming. And I think we'll just play it because I want. We all know that Keir Starmer probably knows right now that he's not going to get in as Prime Minister at the next general election. Now, we've all been speculating that he will try to cancel the next general election by having a war with Russia. And that seems to be the course that he's now taking. Because what do political leaders do that are in serious political trouble? They go to war. When their governments are in trouble, they go to war. And this is what seems to be happening with Keir Starmer at the minute, insanely picking a fight with Russia. I just want to reiterate, we cannot win a war with Russia. Europe cannot win a war with Russia. But just watch this. This is what insanity Keir Starmer is actually doing now. This is just crazy. Saber rattling again. Let you listen to this.
It is the job of leaders to be ahead of these seismic shifts. Yet that is against the grain of history. Time and again, leaders have looked the other way, only rearming when disaster is upon them. This time must be different, because all of the warning signs are there. Russia has proved its appetite for aggression, bringing terrible suffering to the Ukrainian people. Its hybrid threats extend across our continent, not just threatening our security, but tearing at our social contract, collaborating with populists who undermine our values, using disinformation to sow division, using cyber attacks and sabotage to disrupt our lives, and deepening the cost of living crisis. Now, it's true that Russia has made a huge strategic blunder in Ukraine, and that Russian casualties number well over 1 million. But even as the war goes on, Russia is rearming, reconstituting their armed forces, an industrial base. NATO has warned that Russia could be ready to use military force against the alliance by the end of this decade. In the event of a peace deal in Ukraine, which we're all working hard.
Did you notice that when he said they'll be ready to use their military at the end of this decade? What else is at the end of this decade? Oh yeah, the general election.
Hard to achieve. Russia's rearmament would only accelerate. The wider danger for Europe would not end there. It would increase. So we must answer this threat in full.
So that was Keir Starmer, saber rattling. He's preparing to go to war with Russia at the end of the decade, just when a general election is about to be called. He's going to use the war with Russia to cancel the general election. We saw this coming. This is what his intention is. You can see it coming 1,000 miles away. This is what this guy's intention is. Take us to war with Russia, cancel the general election. Because he knows he can't win it. Every single leader in history has done this. This is why Argentina went to war with us over the Falkland Islands. Their government was failing. It was totally inadequate. It was losing favour with the people. And so what it did, right, what can we do? Oh yeah, we'll go to war. We'll go and invade the Falkland Islands, and we'll distract the people away from all of our crap that we're doing via a war. And that's exactly what Keir Starmer is intending to do with Russia. It's a suicidal move because Putin's not exactly stable himself, and he's well armed with nuclear weapons. He doesn't, to be honest with you, he doesn't even have to use nuclear weapons. He could annihilate this country with hypersonic missiles, and there will be nothing we could do about it. Russia has entered a war economy for the last year now. Europe, on the other hand, yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. V and chat. Hope you're well. Yep, I'm doing really well, thank you. Haven't had much Russia trouble, to be honest. He's using stale Cold War rhetoric, and it's sliding down the wall, yes. We are to go to war with the bear, but our armed forces are at an all-time low. They'll be annihilated. They will be annihilated. This is why he's going to bring in conscription. He's going to bring in mandatory conscription to boost up the army, and he's going to send them all off to the deaths in some foreign land in a war that we have no need to fight, because he keeps saying Russia's an aggressor, they're building their forces, and yet it's NATO that's been encroaching upon Russia for the past few decades. It's NATO that has been the aggressive one. And I'm not defending Russia in this, because Russia is an authoritarian. Putin is a dictator, 100%. But you've got to look at it from Russia's point of view. How would we react if Russia suddenly decided to start putting bases in Ireland, or the Isle of Man, or Jersey, or places like that? How would we react? We wouldn't just sit back and take it, would we? And that's exactly what's been happening, calling for Ukraine to be a NATO member right up against Russia's border. NATO has become the aggressor. So look and see if we can find some more stuff about the reform restore merger. Let's have a look and see what we can see. I'll be honest with you, the only reason I came live was to talk about the reform. I keep saying reform. Restore and advance merger. I wonder how people feel about it. I just want to ask the chat. How do you feel about that? Is there any actual people in the chat that were going to vote for the Advance Party, Advance UK? How do you feel about them merging with Restore Britain? $19,000 fighting troops, yeah. And he's got, what is it? A reserve. He's got at least a reserve. I mean, let's look at the war, right? So in 1 week, he lost 20,000 troops, which is our entire reserve. And fighting troops, isn't it? He replaced them within a week. So if we lost that amount of troops, we'd be struggling to replace them. He did it in a week. Yep, here we go. What's he got? He's got a standing army of over 1 million. And we've got our lowest troop numbers since the Napoleonic Wars. Half our navy is in mothballs, and we've got no instructors to teach RAF pilots. Our military is in a real state at the minute. The army's woke. The parachute regiment is allegedly not being given parachutes because of budget cuts. So we've got a parachute regiment that has no parachutes, and yet we've got Starmer saber rattling saying that we could go to war with Russia. What an absolute fucking mong. Let's face it, the British Army's kit hasn't always been the best, has it? You know, my mates, we're always buying our own kit because it was better than the stuff we were issued. Especially boots. I think the police force is larger, yeah. And the thing is, Russia's got no intent. Russia knows it's not going to march across Europe invading other countries. It really isn't. It's not interested in that. Richard Inman lost his shit on live about Rupert Lowe, but I can't find it. Right, okay. I wonder how all these people feel about Advance UK merging with Restore Britain. All the people in the college. Because is that even going to exist? Who knows? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stay on too long. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Anybody wants to come in, they can do, have a chat, stuff. When I can find the link. I'm not on my top form today, guys. I've got flu, so I'm not feeling 100%. Yeah, they keep thinking of Russia as like the Soviet Union. It's not the Soviet Union anymore. The Russian Federation is basically run by the Russian mafia. And they don't want anything. They don't want to go to war on a large scale. They don't want World War III because that would damage their profits. They prefer to stay out of it. They haven't got the stomach for a Third World War. Mate, tonight it's give snow and ice, and I'm going out camping tonight. I'll be all right. Just whack a Lemsip in me, and off I go, buddy. That's it. Lemsip. Take a few Lemsips with me. Get some hot chocolate down my neck. I'll be fine. I've got the British Army sleep system, so it's always good. Hello.
I'm Vindicator. You all right, mate?
How you doing, mate? How you doing?
How you doing? Richard, by the way. Electrodoc 1968. Yeah, I've just got off a show with Paul Thorpe, actually. Just been appearing live on there. I bet if people are following me around the internet, they'll probably think, oh my God, who is this fecker? Is he never off the air? And then I'm doing another one later on today with another channel. Yeah, so from your title, yeah, it's up to the college whether or not we join with Restore Britain. That's Advance UK, by the way, course. Yeah.
But do you think it's a good move?
So as long as we keep the foundations of the college intact and we're able to, as normal working class people, are able to talk to people like Paul Thorpe and make difference in Parliament, which we are doing, all right, then yes, I'm all for it. However, if Rupert Lowe shows contempt in that idea, then I'm going to be politically homeless, and I think many other people might be as well, including Paul Thorpe.
Yeah,
So
you see,
I'm
this is my issue with. I know you guys are all into the party politics sort of thing. You know, I'm not. I'm really not into party politics one little bit.
Okay,
I see the dangers in it. I've seen the divisions it causes. I've seen the tribalistic nature that forms around political parties that isn't helpful, because I keep saying this, and I hope you agree with me, that the left is uniting on massive terms. That they are. And you know, people don't realise just how big this Muslim bloc vote is at the minute. It's massive. It is
30%.
massive.
30% is a takeover amount. Apparently, that it was in Iran. You know, in '79, it was around about that kind of percentage, because they united with the left. They united with the left, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
they'll unite with all the left-wing parties, and they'll just, if we are even a little bit divided, they will just simply crush the right wing. They'll just crush us under their boot, and it's going to be an eternity to get them out of Parliament. It really is. My nightmare situation is that we get some kind of weird Labour, Lib Dem, Green Party coalition in government, and that's it. The country's over at that point.
Yeah, I have heard this stipulated elsewhere, friends online, of course. Yeah, it is something to worry about. But, you know, I mean, like, you know, the boob whisperer, Jack Polanski, is going to be the first one to feel the wind around his toes when he's, you know, what could you call it? Well, basically, when he's at the top of a lamppost, when
Have you
regime...
seen some of this guy's policies? He's insane.
Yeah.
He wants to legalise heroin. He wants to legalise heroin.
Of course he does, mate. Have you seen his teeth? They're worse than mine. Of course he does. He wants all that for free.
It's crazy. And you know what? He called not legalising it racist. That's how insane this guy is.
Yeah. It's
Plus,
ridiculous.
he thinks he's a medium. He can talk to spirits. That's not particularly a person I want to be as leader of the country.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's supposed to be able to hypnotise people in order for them to grow the boobs, then why doesn't he hypnotise himself in order to grow a decent set of teeth? Is my question.
Oh, in this case, mate, grow an IQ, because that'd be more beneficial to him, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, or you know, manage to run straight in a straight line. I mean, he runs like me. You know, why would he do that as a publicity stunt? I'd never do that. I run. I look like a lava lamp, mate.
But yeah, my concern is that the right just needs to unite at the minute on all fronts. Just have one solid front against everything. And I don't care who or what form that takes. Just do it. Yeah, my issue is we've got all these little tiny smaller parties that think they're bigger than they actually are, and it's like, no, you're not. You're not going to do anything. You need to start uniting and get in touch with the bigger parties. Unite, form an alliance, and take the fight straight to the left.
Yeah, I mean, like a point I raised with Paul Thorpe, you know, over on his channel this morning. I raised the point of Nick Tenconi wanting an apology because we were all Reform UK supporters before up to 2024. Now, who's the man is saying, you know, in a particular vlog he got chatting in, and I said, well, that's the point when Nigel Farage changed his colours. So of course we're gonna set up another party, Advance UK, and Restore Britain, exactly the same day for some unknown reason at the moment. So you know, now I've got to try and coalesce and try and think what's best for the UK in that merger. But same as I say, if Rupert Lowe decides that he doesn't like the college and he wants the Advance UK college dismantled, then what? Why? You know, so
speakers and
so then,
outsider, speakers and outsider doesn't care either way, right?
yeah,
Why would you have an issue with that? Because obviously, having infrastructure that's already set up and ready to go is an advantage.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
not-
up and ready to go, brilliant.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, but
Plus,
I don't.
plus, this is
Yeah.
the main thing. It will have something that reform doesn't: accountability, because the college is kind of accountability for the people at the top. That's what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, you do know some about politics, then? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean,
and that's
I know about it. I've just got disillusioned, mate. Because for the last decades, we just keep being promised these certain things. I mean, everybody got behind Boris, and what did Boris do? He just absolutely just did the opposite of what we wanted, didn't he? Straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even up to this morning, you know, Ben Habib is still sticking by his word, and he's not just turned around to Restore Britain and said, oh yeah, okay, then we'll join. He's not done that. He's stuck by his word, which is in the what they call it, I forgot what they call it now. In their words anyway, that any political decisions
take a vote. Will
be. Well, and he's stuck by that up and and is still doing today. Now, don't believe anything that you've heard on GB News. We've already heard this morning that apparently Advance UK are joining Restore Britain. That's not true. You know what I mean? So yeah, we kind of picked up on your title, and I thought, wait a minute, that's not entirely true, because it's not. It's going to a vote within Advance UK's college, and that was the point I was making on Paul's podcast today. It's all proof that working class people, or people who are constantly umming and erring on YouTube streams, all right, unprofessionals, we get a voice, and I put that voice forward to Paul Thorpe, which will then get forwarded to Ben Habib. This is the difference with Advance UK. It isn't even reform. I mean, where does he get his ideas from? Nigel Farage. He gets his from all of his little politician mates that are all around him.
He just blows with the political wind. He goes wherever the media wants him to go. That's where he goes.
Yeah, is a leader, not a follower. Yeah, so there is a difference within Advance UK. Now, whether or not that difference is going to be adopted by Rupert Lowe, and to keep the college, and then have the college talk with Restore Britain's members, the think tank that they've got in Restore Britain. That is an ideal situation that I'd like to see, because we really do feel that the smaller man has got the voice within Advance UK, and by relationship we will have the voice into Restore UK. Yeah.
Well, that was my issue with reform, and that's why I made all the videos about reform that I did. Because what reform did was they promised, said, we're going to make the little man MPs in Parliament, and then they went completely back on it.
So
Advance of everybody that was right wing in the party.
Yeah, and Advance UK, and well, we thought it all depends on, I mean, my head's still spinning right now from the news, from last night that Restore Britain have made their own party.
This is my one criticism. I will say, why didn't he do this sooner when Ben Habib was asking him to do it, and why couldn't they have merged then? Because that would have been a more cohesive thing and gone forward with things.
From what I've gathered, it was Rupert Lowe was very busy with the grooming gang inquiry, so he wasn't going to make a decision until after that, which he did. February the 13th. I mean, nice split up there, Rupert, for us all to contend with the day before Valentine's Day. Cheers for that, mate. About right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a difference, and Advance UK are what Reform UK should have been this time. Had they have followed their original mandate, if you like. Same as I say, we can't really get people from Restore Britain's college or membership, because we don't even know what structure it is in there. Whereas in Advance, you see, we do know what the structure is, and we keep having these guests on our channel. We keep having these guests on, whereby the public can live chat, Yeah, and then the question or the answer or idea is put towards the college member, and then if the college member thinks, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," they'll then advance that up and then bring it out as a discussion
See,
thing
that's how it should be done. That's
college.
how it should be done, in my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know, the proof is in the pudding with Ben Habib's comment was it this morning? Yeah, Ben Habib's comment this morning when he said, "I'll leave it to the college to decide." The proof was there all along the entire structure of Advance UK. That is how it should be. This is why I don't feel politically homeless.
Yeah. I will say, right, let's say the merger does take place, it would be a good team. Say you had Rupert Lowe as leader of the party, you had Ben Habib as the chairman.
It would be a good thing, but same as I say, we still need to get the voice of the people, such as me. I'm on dole, mate. You know what I mean? Such as me, such as our channel, and like, because it gives us something to hope for and to wish for, and you know, to hope for. But if he dismantles the foundations of the college, then I don't know where we're going to be, because then we're just like a madman shouting at the pigeons in the market space when we're trying to get Rupert Lowe's attention.
Right. From looking at Rupert Lowe, I don't think he'd dismantle it, because I think if you're looking at an MP that's closer to the working class man, it's Rupert Lowe. Out of all of them. Yeah. I think he actually gets it, because he's a businessman himself. He's a businessman. He's not just a politician. He's had employees. He knows how people think and stuff like that. I don't think I think he'd see the advantage in having a college as part of his party. Yeah. I think he would. I hope that it all goes well. I really do.
I think it would be good, but it'd have to be a stipulation in my mind that we keep the college open, so as we can still have open discussions in live streams such as this, or live streams wherever. Live streams with Paul Thorpe. Same as I said, I just jumped on his chat today and then put these ideas forward, and he said, "That's a good idea, Richard. You know, I'll think about that while we're making our decision about whether or not
this will be the proof to me how serious Rupert is about saving the country. Because if saving the country is the priority, then you'll make any concessions to make that happen, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, mate. So anyway, just thought I'd have a two penneth. Okay, buddy. All right. Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Did you want to? Am I okay to say where we're going to have these? I mean, we're doing.
Yeah, mate. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the Wizard's Words on YouTube. Okay, the Wizard's Words. He's got a big beard. You can't miss him, and it's like, you know, it's like this and Audi. So if you'd like to join us over there,
I've not heard of him. I'll go and check him out, mate. I'll go and check him out.
It's a daily live stream. He reads out the news, and you know, you get to ask your question. He'll come up with all the questions, you know, on screen. So you know, or sometimes you can even join us on screen, like you're doing, such as this you're doing. But we've had three prominent college members on so far. We've had Paul Burgess, we've had Paul Thorpe, and Dr. Craig Walton. All Q&A, live Q&A. Give your ideas to the college members, which is hopefully not going to be defunct if we do decide to join Restore UK. Okay, mate. So,
okay, mate. Yeah, that's going on. No problem, buddy. Your link's just my mod just dropped your link in the chat, so they're going to go and check it out. All right.
Yeah, I'll check that one out and then I'll let you know. Okay, I don't think that one's right. I think it's just the Wizard's Words. I might be wrong.
The Wizard of Words. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me just check. Hold on. I'll just check. Make sure it leads to him. No, it's not that one. No. Okay. Is there? It's the Wizard's Words. Know of. Yeah.
The Wizard's Words. Right. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
mate. Cheers. Ta-da.
Right, thanks for coming on.
You, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye. Thanks for having me. Bye.
See you later, mate. Nice. I like it when people drop in like that. Saves me talking all the time. Right, I'll drop the link again. Does anybody else want to pop in and have a chat? You can do. I'll drop the link. If not, I'm going to call it a day. But yeah, that was good. I hope that the college sees reason and votes to join Restore Britain. Because if they don't, then that would suggest to me that they're not serious about the saving the country either. There's got to be some kind of compromise that goes on there between both parties. Like I said, I've got no stake in political parties or anything like that. I don't favour one over another, but this would be a good sign. It would actually give hope to the people that the right is actually starting to unite. That's what we need to see. You're right, Steve. It's not your fault, mate. It's not your fault. That's the actual channel. Go and check it out if you want. So yeah, anybody else want to come in? I've just dropped the link again, so if anyone wants to come in, you can do. But yeah, it's a nice sunny day here. We're supposed to be getting snow and ice tonight, so fingers crossed I can get out and go and do the camping thing tonight. Been waiting for 2 days to go and do it. I want to do it. It's my YouTube channel, my Dark Night Camping YouTube channel, my camping channel. I haven't really done a snow camping one on there yet, and I want to go out in the snow and do a snow camping video. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling. My voice is hurting. So, nobody's going to come in. Right, Steve, thank you for modding, mate. What's this? Hang on. I'll just read a few more comments out. Haven't much to say except for merge, baby, merge. Yeah, I think that will be a good thing for the right minute. Have fun camping, Vin. Hopefully, no scrotes on mopeds. Yeah, that would be a thing, wouldn't it? Yeah. You're welcome, Steve. I really appreciate what you do, buddy. Really do. I think everybody does. Everybody appreciates it. But yeah, right, guys. I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for coming along. I just wanted to get that information out there about the potential merger. I'm going to say potential merger. So the title of it is wrong. Advance and Restore Britain to merge as a party. Not yet. They're going to take a vote on it next week through their college that they have. So it's not set in stone yet. We'll see what happens with that regards to that. And I shall see you all soon, guys. There may be a morning walk video from a campsite tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. Take care, guys. Have a good Saturday, and I shall see you all soon in the next video. This is Vindicator signing off.